Insiders, and man, are we excited to be here today.
It's a party, baby!
Wow, welcome to the Insiders Wrestling Podcast. And as you can see, things have changed. Jeff promised changes. Jeff delivered on changes. What did you think? Man, I'm getting Daft Punk vibes. I was digging it. I'm digging it. I was getting little Daft Punk vibes there. Man, that's awesome. Great job, Jeff. Loved it. Great opening. What'd you think of the new opening, guys? Let us know. Welcome to you. As you can see, Jeff and I are in the same room. We're in the same room. We got the same background. We got some speakers in the back. We've got the logo up over our heads. And as you can see, the Insiders Wrestling Podcast for the fans, by the fans, that goes all the way back to our beginning. Because that's what it was, and that's how we do things, and that's how it started. Tazzy saying, look at the graphics, fire. Jeff, it looks amazing, says James Chadwick, fire. West Heron says the intro is fire. Big Boy Alley loved it, fire. We got fire everywhere. Everything's burning. The chat's burning up. How cool is it? We've got a big show tonight. Now, let me just warn you. There is going to be a section of this show that will be not for immature ears. We are doing a non-PG section, and that will be our airing of grievances section, so be aware. You may want to cover your ears or step away if you are not into that kind of a thing. But yes, we will have that coming up. But yes, welcome. We have, as always, and Jeff, this has been another crazy week of wrestling, crazy news going on. But first and foremost, tell all the guys. I mean, you've been busy. You've been busy.
Yeah. Things have been pretty busy. Just wait, because everything's changing. So, you'll start to see the change. I mean, obviously, people are seeing the changes now with the intro and everything else, but. Just wait and see, because everything is pretty much changed. So
that's awesome, man. It looks fantastic. I absolutely love it. And again, we missed
a super chat. Jason.
We did. Thank you, Jason Peace. This music is epic. It was. I loved it. Like I said, I had Daft Punk vibes, and we all know Daft Punk is gone. How sad. They retired, but I loved it. It reminded me a little bit of I got introduced to them from the Tron soundtrack, and that's kind of what it reminded me of. That was awesome. Yeah, great stuff. And you can see a little bit of a different look. We had a little bit of a different. You saw Tazzy's picture up on the intro. Of course, he joins us as all the time. So things have changed. You can see the logo is a little bit different. So hey, we're changing. We're moving on. We are past the year, so it's time to change things up. It's time to change things up a little, as Vince would say for the draft. And yes, we are changing things up a little. So, all right. So this is our last show for the week. We've got nothing else planned. Make sure you join Tazzy tomorrow night for his after party. I think that's his last one for a little while because of him going back to work. And then, of course, we come back on Monday with Abby's. Now, some other little tidbits. So, one, let's just start by saying you guys voted. I put out a poll to ask you, and lo and behold, it happened today. Impact is moving. So, yes, I saw a lot of you people said it in the chat. Yes, Impact is moving to Thursdays. So, doesn't mean anything for us other than the fact that we will still be doing Impact, obviously, on Thursdays. We're going to have to figure out a different day for the podcast. So, we had a couple of choices. And we'll see. We're going to have to figure it out because obviously Jeff and I have work schedules and stuff to consider as well. I don't think it's very prudent to do it late because, I mean, we were doing that at the very beginning. where we were on until 12:30 at night, and with us having jobs in the morning, it's difficult, and I'm sure it was just as well for the people that were trying to stay up. So that's not going to be an option. So I don't want to do it after a wrestling show when it ends at 10 o'clock or anything like that. So that kind of outs SmackDown Day, and that kind of outs NXT day, which would be Tuesday. Obviously, Monday is too late because of Raw, so there's not a whole lot of choices left. Wednesday, of course, because of AEW. So I mean, we're not going to do it Thursday after this, so that it kind of buries a lot of stuff. So obviously, we might have to think about the weekend. Now, I think the majority of the votes was Saturday. So if you didn't get a chance to vote, you can leave comments here and let us know what day you would like to do it. So, or have the show, what day is good for you. I know that there's other things going on Saturday nights. I know some of you watch UFC, which is perfectly cool. But just let us know, because we're definitely going to have to consider where we want to move the show. All right. So there's that. Jason says I'm lagging. Am I lagging, Jeff? No, I didn't think I was lagging. You sure you might want to log out and log back in, Jason? I didn't see myself lagging. So, hello, Jesse Calynn. All right, let me welcome some people in, and we will get started. Don't forget, Mania week is going to be insane. We will be on almost every single night. So there you go. The graphic is up. That is what we've got on tap for tonight. The news, the airing of grievances, sell or no sell, what to watch for, favorite moments of the weekend, of course. We end the show with Calynn Corner, as we always do. So, Tiffany, what's up? Jen Carter, hello. Cheese Whiz 2, Nathan Salas, Wes is here. DJB Tazzy, it's an insider's party, baby. Yes, it is. James Chadwick, what's up, James? How are you? We've got Moda Alert. It's a Moda Alert, like Red Alert on Star Trek. Red Alert. We have Big Dan. Get your popcorn ready. Yes. TX-based Raslin fan 1442 is here. Big Boy Dally is here. Delanio is here. Hey. Rusty Shackelford is here with the horns up. Horns up. Yes. Wes Heron said it very techno-ish. It was. Jason Stoffer, hello to you. J-Hub is here. Hello to you. Who else? John Cena Gamer 0809 is here. DJ Kryptonoc is here. We have, who else? Cult of Wyndham 83 is here. Who am I missing? C Wrestling is here saying good morning. Good morning to you. Eric Travis is here. Chris is here. Hello, Chris. Let's see. Jason Peace, I think I mentioned you. Azan White is here. Hello to you. Sonny Wolf is here. Hey, Sonny. Kevin is here asking, will Abby's change? Possibly. Jeff might have some things in store maybe for Abby's window. I'm sure that might be a possibility. I'm sure he will get in touch with Jody, and that could be very well happen. Butterspark is here. Little T is here. Who else? My goodness. Of course, Jesse. We said hello to Jesse, and Firefly Revolution is here, and I think we got it all. So welcome to the show, and let's dig right in. We have some news, and that's where we are going to start with the weekly news. So DJ Kryptonoc says he's eating oranges. Oranges are good for you. That's a good thing. You're getting some vitamin C. All right. Well, let's start off with this. So, of course, this was breaking news, right? I've got some breaking news. And yes, Impact is moving. Kind of saw it was coming. There's Conrad. What's up, insiders in chat? What's going on, Conrad? How are you? We saw this coming. With the announcement, well, not official yet, but with everybody assuming that NXT is moving to Tuesdays, which it really seems now that it is, or else Impact probably wouldn't be doing this. But Impact Wrestling is moving to Thursday. So it was announced today, starting April the 8th. So, of course, with the guys, you guys that come and watch our show, the Impact show, just remember that we will be doing this on Thursdays, starting that day. So, Jeff, we saw it coming, and they were on Thursdays before, and hey, somebody did something on Thursday. Someone likes Thursdays. So, I mean, it's just a logical move, Jeff. It's just a logical move. If they had stayed, they would have gotten buried by NXT. So,
yeah. I mean, the writing was on the wall, and this needed to happen Thursday. is, the best time. Like C Wrestling this mentioned, though, I probably would have waited a week before doing it, because that's going to be, night 2 of TakeOver. So I would have waited a week, but nonetheless, I mean, maybe they're using that to get folks ready for Thursday nights, and I mean, we'll see. They didn't have great viewership this past week, which I think they might have thought they would have since they had Kenny on the show, but they didn't. But hey, that's just where we are. But it's a good move. It's a good move for them.
Yeah, I agree. And who knows? They might even run like a best of Impact or something, like you said, maybe that week to get people like psyched up for it and stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't put a brand new show opposite that. So yeah, I mean, unless maybe they're even going to use it to really plug that pay-per-view that they're doing too on Sunday.
That's what I was going to say, is that they've got that show 2 days later.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe they're going to try to hit that pretty heavy, but I wouldn't. I would be very cautious with what programming I put on, because not many people are going to watch probably that night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, not with a takeover that looks really amazing. So yeah. Jason said NXT moving to Tuesday, starting April 13th. Yeah, everyone saw that coming too. That was rumored a while ago by the dirt sheets, and they do get things right every now and then. But yeah, I mean, I honestly think it's best for everybody. I really do. AEW now can have its own night. NXT can have their own night. And yeah, I mean, now you're going to be able to get people who, instead of having to debate what show they're going to watch, you can now watch everything. And, so now, hey, if you're a wrestling fan, and we talk about this all the time, Monday, Raw, right? Or AEW Dark. If you watch AEW, you got AEW stuff on Monday. Tuesday, now you have NWA, you have NXT, and you have AEW Dark. So you got that. Wednesday, you have AEW Dynamite. Thursday, now you're going to have Impact. And Friday, you have SmackDown. And I'm not even talking about Ring of Honor. And I'm not even talking about MLW or anything. So there is literally something every day to watch if you're a wrestling fan. God help you if you have other things you like to watch, because you are never going to have a damn enough time to do it. I literally sat down and started watching Black Mirror yesterday, which everybody told me to watch years and years ago, and I never did. Never watched a single episode. Now I'm hooked. So I watched like the first 2.5 seasons, but I'm thinking to myself, when the hell am I going to get time to do that? Like, you just don't have the time to watch all this stuff. It's crazy, but yeah, good move. I think they had to do it. They fit into the time slot because they were there before, so it's not very shocking to the fans. And I think it's a good move, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully they will get some more people watching, because Thursdays wasn't a very big night for wrestling. So hopefully they'll draw more. They'll get more people watching, especially with all this stuff happening toward Rebellion. So cool. All right. So there's the breaking news.
Apparently people are saying that there's a 6-man tag match that's already scheduled for that first episode on April 8th. So,
ooh, really? Big Dan said the debut of Impact has a 6-man tag involving members of the Bullet Club. So no Best of Impact. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, whew. Okay. Well, hey, look, you're going to get diehards. Is it smart? Probably not. But, hey, they're going to do what they want to do. So, talking Ring of Honor, their 19th anniversary pay-per-views in 23 hours, the same as SmackDown. Yes, It is.
We might mention that.
Yeah, that might be coming up. Black Mirror is good. Yeah, I dig it. It's X-File-ish kind of, but a lot of technology stuff in it. So yeah, I dig it. All right, Jeff, what have we got next?
All right, so Rebellion has actually moved days. They're going from April 24th to April 25th.
Moving from Saturday to Sunday. Well, okay. I mean, this is supposed to be one of their biggest pay-per-view events probably in a long, long, long time. Now, we haven't seen the rest of the card fill out yet, but we know that we're getting the Rich Swann versus Kenny Omega thing that's been playing out. So yeah, I mean, if you want crowd, if you want more people to watch, you're going to try to position your shows on different times, different days. Traditionally, big pay-per-view events were always on Sundays. So yeah, not a bad idea. This is going to get eyes, and regardless of, what day they push it to, but yeah, I think it's probably better. I mean, look, you have competition. There are people who are wrestling fans that like to watch MMA, and MMA happens every single Saturday. So why not move away from there where you may get eyes going somewhere else? Now you'll have it on a Sunday, which again, traditionally, that's when people have big pay-per-views. So yeah, I'm all right with this. Either way, I think it's going to get eyes, but maybe Sunday it might just get a little bit more people watching. So yeah, I'm good with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think with this one, I think UFC 261.
Yep.
I think it's Usman and Masvidal that night, which is huge.
Yep.
In the UFC, and would take a lot of eyes off everything. So
yep.
It makes a ton of sense to move it, especially if you feel like there's going to be a historic moment or moments during this pay-per-view. So, so definitely the right call to make for that event. I mean, it's smart. I mean, I wish they had the same logic when it came to their hardcore justice.
Well, at least it's on an earlier time. It's kind of silly of the day, but at least it's on an earlier time now anyway.
Yeah, so, but I get this. I think it's a good move for them.
Yeah, I agree. Noob and Co. Shout out to you. Noob and Co. is always shouting us out on Twitter. Thanks, dude. That's awesome. Really, really appreciate that, my friend. Hey, how are you doing in the season premiere of the Insiders podcast? We are doing well, as you can see. We have got some changes. We had a whole new opening, and we've got a whole new little studio thing going on here. So yeah, lots of changes, man. We're doing good. Well, the first thing only impacts a millionaire. The wrestlers said, hey, move away from there. Yeah, maybe. I think it's like Jeff said. I think it's a good idea, especially with the UFC thing on Saturday. I don't follow UFC as much, so I did not know that there was a big card that day, but now it makes even more sense. So things are moving all over the place, man. Things are moving and shaking. Okay, what have we got next, Jeff?
Hall of Fame, man. This is going to be a lot of fun. They're combining 2021 and 2020.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff here, which is why I'm kind of glad we decided to do this. And yeah, it's going to be a fun show because we're going to get to talk about things that we don't usually get to talk about when we don't see a lot of these guys, or we haven't been able to, watch these guys live. And now I saw the thing with Taker and Kane, which was awesome. Absolutely loved that, how that was done. So, we're getting more and more people. Of course, the Great Khali is going in as well, which is cool. And yeah, I mean, this is going to be, I think, one for the ages, because for me, Kane, always loved Kane. The NWO, always was a big fan of the NWO and Bischoff. Molly Holly, who I thought was fantastic. Just so many good, big names going in. And it's going to be great to just talk about this. So don't forget to join us for that. We will be doing a watch along for the Hall of Fame this year, which will be our first that we've ever done. So don't forget to join us for that. It'll be great. We can sit around, we can have some fun. We can all talk about the classic wrestlers, about what they kind of meant to us, about the first time we saw them, matches we may have seen them in, all kinds of stuff. It'll just be a fun stream. So don't forget to join us for that. But yeah, Jeff, this is it's going to be a fun class, man. This is going to be a really fun class.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool to see Kane. If you haven't seen his reaction
Yeah.
On the phone when he was on there with Taker. You need to go back and check that out because, for anyone that says, "Oh, well, it's just wrestling,"
Yep.
that to the men and women that have put their bodies on the line for years, that go through the training, that take all the bumps, make all the travel, and do all of those things to entertain people.
Yep.
And for someone like Kane, if you follow his story, I mean, my goodness, the guy was Isaac Yankem DDS. I mean,
yes.
And he had several horrible gimmicks before that, and after that, he was the fake Diesel.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, so for that guy to be able to do what he's done in the business, Unabomb. That's right. Like I said, a lot of bad gimmicks. But for that guy to have the impression that he had in the business, and to find that character, kind of like Undertaker did, to find those characters, it's just nothing short of impressive. And for Molly Holly, I mean, I could go down the list. It's going to be a really cool night, and I'm really excited to see it. And we're going to be doing that watch along. So.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a fun stream. Don't forget to join us for that. And it's great because, like I said, I can remember, you can remember first, and I remember first seeing Kane, and he was another character who kind of like just took your breath away when you first saw him come out. You're like, oh my God, like who is this guy? Like you think you saw it all when you've seen Taker and how big Taker was, and then you see this guy coming out in this like demonic looking outfit, and it's like, oh, this is fantastic stuff. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And, I look, I don't know who's going to induct Kane. If it is going to be Taker, fantastic. If not, I've got a name, Mr. Pete Rose.
Oh, that's
how cool. How funny would it be if they got Pete Rose to come and induct Kane? I would love that. I would absolutely love that. And just have Kane like do something to him, whether he chokes him out or something on this. Oh, that would be awesome. That would be fantastic. For how many times Kane put Pete Rose out at WrestleManias, that would be awesome. 2021 Hall of Fame class got a very big Attitude Era vibe to it. Yeah, it does. It certainly does. Pazzi says Kane is in my top 10. Yeah, look. I mean, he's been around forever, it seems, and he's been involved in some great stuff. So X-Pac, and RVD, don't forget about RVD, RVD's in there too, much to the happiness of Tazzy because he may get a peach sighting. The Joe and Jeff, the new J&J security,
pretty much.
Sure.
We'll do that.
We'll have an online poker game.
Samuel just got a good one here. Daniel Bryan.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
That would be
that would be good too. Yeah, definitely. That would be good too. Yep. I'd like any of that. I would like any of that. That'd be awesome. So all right, cool. Well, there you go. Yeah, we got Hall of Fame stuff. That's coming up very soon. So again, don't forget to join us for the Hall of Fame. That'll be a fun stream. All right. What's next, Jeff?
Andrade is no longer in WWE.
He was given his release after asking for it for a while. Then the rumors exploded all about why Charlotte hasn't been around, and Charlotte was PO'd because Andrade wasn't given his release, and saying then that she wasn't going to be in WrestleMania because of it. I even fell prey to that one. I saw that and I'm like, wow, this is kind of interesting. And I even fell for that one, but that was garbage too. It turns out Charlotte either has COVID or been exposed to someone who did, one way or the other, but she's quarantined. So that explains that. The interesting with Charlotte is, and I read this today, when she comes back, she's going to SmackDown. So very, very, very interesting with that. Don't know where that's going. They're thinking maybe Bayley, because Bayley really doesn't have anything going on. So maybe Charlotte Bayley, or maybe Charlotte Carmella. So they're changing some things up. So Charlotte is going to be involved with something going on SmackDown. So keep an eye on that. That could happen as soon as tomorrow, maybe, if she's cleared. If not, probably the following week. But yeah, so Andrade, yeah. Look, the guy's talented. Again, one of those people who really just never got involved in any kind of a great storyline, anything like that. And where is he going to go? Where would he be the best fit? Everybody on the top of their mind is saying AEW. I'm not so sure. Yeah, I'm not so sure. I'm thinking New Japan. He was there before, but it could be, look, he could do a similar deal that the Good Brothers did. Sign with Impact and say, hey, I want to go and work with New Japan. Apparently that's out there. So if those guys got it, maybe he could work something like that too. I think he'd be great in Impact. I really do. I think he'd be, different kind of a different person in there, somebody new, new face. And, but yeah, so he got his release. Good for him. Whatever he go or wherever he goes next, I hope he ends up, finding that spark that we like to talk about when we're talking about Impact people who have come over from WWE. And obviously we wish him the best, and we hope to see him somewhere soon.
Absolutely. I mean, this guy is so very talented. If you didn't get a chance to see him in NXT, go back and do yourself a favor and watch some of his stuff from NXT. His run there was amazing. Before that, in New Japan, he was amazing. We might be talking about Andrade and Sell or No Sell, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. But I just think that I think WWE, which I know a lot of people are saying they're stupid for letting him go, but here's the thing. You only have so much TV time and space on your roster to be able to give to people. And I'm probably going to make some people mad, but not everyone is a main eventer or is going to get TV time in WWE. With how they book things, with the people that they favor over others, sometimes there's just not any space for certain people in WWE. And honestly, the same thing is going to start happening in AEW. If every time someone gets released, people say, oh, you should sign them, and they do, then they're going to run into the same thing. And you can create 16,000 YouTube shows you want to. The fact still remains these people aren't getting main event TV time on TNT either. So just keep that in mind whenever people are being released, that, there's more than just AEW and WWE out there. There are many other places that these talented people can go. And, and that's just my humble opinion.
Yeah. I mean, look, NWA is just starting back up too. So NWA is in need of some people, and that may attract some people who may want to go and work on their promo skills, because that's what NWA does. They're very promo centric, and Impact is kind of as well. But if you kind of just want to brush up a little bit, maybe have a little stop over in NWA, you appear there for a couple, maybe a month, a couple months, whatever the case might be, do some things over there, like Skrull did, like he was there for a little bit, maybe go over there, do some stuff over there, and then head to somewhere else. Who knows? But yeah, I think that the sky's the limit for him. Obviously, he's very talented, and people are mentioning Zelina. Who knows? Pump the brakes with that, because let's wait and see what happens with Aleister Black. Because now we're back to hearing about him, that he's injured again, that he has these minor injuries and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going on with Aleister Black. There's rumors all over the place saying he's gone too, or he's on the shelf and just waiting for his contract to expire. So, but yeah, hey, if they both show up and they're together, that would be okay too. I mean, they worked well together in WWE. So it should be fun to see where he goes. And again, like I said, I'm excited about him wherever he may go, wherever he may end up, and because he'll get another shot, which is great. because he's a great athlete. So, all right. Zelina is happy streaming right now, says Sean Rousset. Okay. Yeah. Hey, whatever works for you. NWA and not the rap group. Yes, no, we're not talking about the rap group. AEW is signing a lot of talent, but they will be used properly. Moda says no Andrade to AEW. I say Impact or maybe MLW or back in a promotion in Mexico. Yeah, I mean, look, like Jeff said, there's a lot out there now, so there's a lot of places to go. And wherever he ends up, like I said, I just hope that he gets to go further than he went before. Big Dan said, I'm anxious to hear the first interview from whoever defects from AEW to WWE. It'll be interesting to see whether that person takes the bitter X route like WWE to AEW defectors do. That's going to be a little while because a lot of them were probably signed on for, it could probably 3 years. It might have been like 3-year contracts. Seems like wrestling does a lot of 3-year contracts. So Andrade should go back to New Japan or to Impact, says Marcus Ryan. Yeah. All right. What's up next, Jeff?
All right, man. That last comment there from Joey's Adventures is pretty funny.
Andrade will sign with AEW and have an arcade match with me. Oh, my goodness.
Speaking of NWA Power is back.
It is. Yes. NWA Power is back on Tuesday nights. I didn't get a chance to see it. It's the price of it is $4.99 a month. So you're basically getting 4 shows for $5. I mean, it's like $1 a show or a little over that. So not bad. Yeah. I mean, that's very reasonable. I think, $1 for an hour show. So basically, you could do the math and figure that out. But yeah, I don't think that's that's too bad to ask. And there was some great stuff going on at that pay-per-view. Like I said, I caught eyes of the Thunder Rosa and Camille match, which was fantastic. Of course, Thunder Rosa kind of passing the torch on to Camille, which made a lot of sense, speaking that, Thunder Rosa is now involved in AEW, so it only made sense to do that. Camille is next in line now to get a shot at Serena Deeb, and I'm sure, barring anything crazy, she's probably going to win that NWA title and bring it back to the show, which would make a lot of sense. But that was awesome. The Nick Aldis and Aaron Stevens match was really good as well. Some other stuff going on in there. Trevor Murdoch wrestled and Pope wrestled. So, so you have some of the classic guys there, but you have Chris Masters there now. You have Brodus Clay. Yes, I know what you think about Brodus Clay, but he's there as well. So,
I think about him.
Right? You try not to. Yeah, that was a questionable decision, to say the least. But it is back. It is another show to watch. And I don't know if any of you guys watched it. Let him in, says, sorry, Mike. No worries, dude. If any of you have seen it, let us know in the chat what you thought. Did it, obviously, with the fans not being able to be there in the studio and stuff like that, I don't know how it was, but you kind of heard noise. I don't know if they're pumping in noise and stuff like that. But anyway, if you watched it, let us know how it was. But Jeff, hey, look. I like Power. I liked it a lot when it was on. I like the format of it. I like the promos. I like all that stuff. And, if they kind of just do the same and focus on the same thing, I think people will go back. I think people will watch.
I think so too. And I got to say this. It was good to see Tim Storm on commentary.
Yeah.
It was really good to see him. Obviously, he was a great champion, great wrestler. But, this is, if they're not going to have Stu Bennett, a.k.a. Wade Barrett, you got to have someone that's going to kind of fill that role. And, I'm glad that he's in that role. It's just going to take a while to get used to it because you're so used to having those fans in there. And that's what was so cool about going back to the studio style of wrestling.
Yeah.
That it's so intimate and you feel like, you're there with the crowd. So that's going to take a little bit, but hey, I'm happy that it's back. It's yet another option, wrestling fans. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see this on social media. People saying we just don't have any options as wrestling fans.
Oh my God.
WWE and AEW. Like if you say that, I need to reach through your screen and smack you in the face. So many options right now. And you know what? We didn't mention before. We didn't mention MLW. We didn't mention Ring of Honor. We didn't mention GCW. We didn't mention New Japan with their new show that's coming out. So there, it's just a lot. It's just a lot of options out there, and I mean, there's something for everybody.
Yep. Very true. COVID, if COVID did anything for anyone, it probably did pretty well for wrestling. Now, sure, there were a lot of people who struggled, and obviously the indie wrestlers, because they couldn't get out on the road and do their thing. But wrestling stuck around. When a lot of these other shows went on hiatus, and they were gone, stopped filming, whatever, wrestling kind of went on. So it was a constant through COVID, and it probably picked up a lot of fans that may have not watched prior just because of the fact that it was on when you didn't have, sporting events were kind of just getting into the swing of things and stuff. So, but look, it stuck around, and I think it's going to get a lot of new eyes on, new viewers on it. So going to miss Wade Barrett on commentary. Yeah, but Storm's a good choice. Tim Storm's a good choice. A legend there. And he was great when we saw him there. So Little T wants to know what we think of Rhea Ripley challenging Asuka.
We'll get there. We'll get there. That might be the next.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought, Little T. We are going to get to that. Yes. Breaking news.
Tag titles vacated.
Yes. So obviously, with the injury, the NXT tag team titles had to be vacated. Boy, it's been rough on NXT, hasn't it? They've had so many injuries that have just devastated them. So you kind of got to hand it to them a little bit, because that's hard to come back from. When you lose people like that, I mean, they lost their champion when Karrion Kross went down. They had other guys that have been out hurt. Oh, it's been one after another. And MSK was, they had injuries crop up. It's just so much down there that they're having to deal with. And then, of course, the whole COVID thing happened. They're really dealing with a lot of crap, and that's tough to overcome. But they just keep on chugging along, man. And you just keep seeing good stuff happening on there. I don't get to watch it as much because I do other things on Wednesday nights that I can't watch the show right off. So I kind of read the reviews on it and everything like that. But I'll tell you, when I read reviews of the show, the matches are all A's and B's. You don't see a whole lot of C's. I know the whole Ciampa thing was a big talking point today on Busted Open, talking about how people were kind of remembering the whole Hogan Andre thing with how he ripped the necklace off of Ciampa, and that was a necklace that his daughter gave him. So, they compared it to Rocky and Drago, because Walter's this big, and the bigger guy, and Ciampa's that, and you kind of, it's good storytelling, because now you're kind of behind Ciampa. You want him to pound this guy because, hey, he took this, this heirloom that his daughter gave him and just ripped it off his neck. So it's good storytelling, and they have been doing a great job between the storytelling, between the actual wrestling, and what they're setting up for Takeover. Takeover should be really, really good. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, Tazzy will be hosting Takeover. Jeff and I will be along for the ride. That's going to be fun as well. So, but yeah, who's going to get the titles? If MSK is ready, I would imagine they would be, put right into that scene. But yeah, just another thing that NXT's had to overcome, Jeff.
Yeah, man, it's just one thing after another.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from Karrion Kross to Finn Balor.
Yep.
I mean, you name it. It's been crazy there. So, you hate to see this, but this is another opportunity for new teams to step up. And, ever since they got there, MSK has been absolutely killing it.
Yep.
I mean, maybe it's time to put the belts on them. We'll see. Grizzled Young Vets, that's another really good team.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there. So yeah, I mean, you hate it for Danny Burch.
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like, look, next man up, next person up, and see, we'll see what happens.
John Cena Gamer says second night of Takeover combats with Impact. Yeah, I don't think it'll be much of a combat. I don't think it'll be much of a combat. That's we talked about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, they're fighting through all this. They seem to still be going. So kudos to Triple H and Shawn Michaels, obviously, for overcoming, because they have really had, probably more than anyone, a lot to overcome between last year and this year. So very injury prone, says Noob & Co. Yeah, it's just, sometimes you just get that streak of bad luck. If you watch football, American football, sometimes teams just get devastated by injuries, and it just destroys their whole season. You can't come back from it if you lose certain players. And kudos to them for fighting through and still coming out with some great stuff week after week after week. So, all right, what is next, Jeff?
So we might be getting to what little deep. Rhea Ripley, made her debut on Monday night, and she has a title shot at WrestleMania.
Let me just preface this by saying, first off, that I love both wrestlers. I do. I didn't know much about Rhea from NXT before, but I loved that promo she cut before WrestleMania last year. Absolutely loved it. I think she's going to be fantastic. I think she's going to have a long career, and I've always loved Asuka. However, my God, give us a story, please. If you can walk into a ring now, right? Just picture this for 1 second. Just take yourself out of reality and picture yourself in kayfabe, right? We've all wanted to kind of do that. We're wrestling fans. We all wanted to kind of pretend we were kayfabe something, right? Well, picture yourself in kayfabe and just pretend that you're a wrestler, and you now have free reign to walk down to the ring and just demand a title shot. You could walk into the ring the very first time. You've never even been on the main roster. You weren't on him. You weren't on Raw. You weren't on SmackDown. You were never on any of those shows. You can waltz right through the door, walk down the aisle, walk into the ring and say, Asuka, I demand a title shot. It's bad storytelling, guys. That's all it is. It's bad storytelling. There's for as much as I adore both of them, it's not fair to them because there's no buildup. There's no storyline. And how much are you going to get invested in this match? Let's say that you're not a fan of either one of them. Okay. Like maybe you're kind of on the fence. Maybe you don't know them very well. I mean, Asuka has been, look, she's the title holder, but she hasn't exactly had a great run over the last 4 or 5 months. So let's say you're kind of, hey, this could turn out to be a match where people walk away because I'm going to the bathroom because you're not excited about this. Like, what is going to get you excited about this? And yeah, I get they have 2 Raws left, but there's no development here. None. Like they just said, all right, yeah, okay. And then Asuka, at first I kind of thought Asuka was going to be like, she said, you aren't ready for Asuka. And then I thought she was going to deny it. I thought she was going to say, no, like just kind of pull the heel move and be like, no, you're not getting a title shot, and just deny it. And then you could have built up a little bit. Then you could have had Rhea come back down. There could have been something else going on. You could have used these couple of weeks to at least build a little bit. But there's no build up to this. There's no storyline. There's nothing. There's nothing here. And I mean, look, I get it. See, yeah, I get that. I get it. She wrestled at Mania, but that was a year ago. And yes, she was in the Rumble, but again, people have short mind. They don't, people just don't think of that right off the bat. And like I said, while I love both of them, I don't know, man. To me, this just needed a better build. I think it could be very good. They're both great wrestlers. They're both great at what they do. But I think I really think this could have been a better build. I really do. I think they need to do a little bit of something here. And I get the whole thing goes back to where people saying things were being changed again on the fly and stuff like that. And we don't know if that's true or not. But if this was one of the changes, man, I don't know. It's just sometimes like they just do this kind of stuff and they just don't think, and they think, yeah, it's just going to be great. It's Mania, so everybody's going to watch. It doesn't matter. We're just going to kind of throw this out there, and it doesn't. Man, storyline doesn't. It does. Storyline matters, and you gotta build it a little bit. Like then, and there's nothing. There's nothing. So I don't know, Jeff. Maybe you have a different opinion than me. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it.
I mean, what I'll say is this. I think the end result is fine, but the destination could have been a lot different.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is it would have been very, very easy for them to have Rhea come in and have and honestly have a match against someone kind of like they did with Keith Lee and have her look dominant, have her look great. Then have her do a backstage promo kind of talking about, you know what, I'm here now on the main roster. My ultimate goal is to go after the Raw Women's title. And once you cut that promo, you have Asuka walking by and she's like, oh, you want to challenge for my title? And you know, you can already picture this in your mind with Asuka, you know, kind of, oh, you want to challenge for my title?
Yep.
And there you go. There's your moment. And then this week coming up on Raw, you set that up even further and you have them do an interaction with one another. And if you want to, you can have some type of match interference or something like that. And boom, there you go. It sets it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You know, but it's just the destination. I mean, I'm really excited to see this match.
Yeah.
But I wish they just would have given me a little bit more meat on the bone because I want other people to be invested in it. Like I am. But, you know, at this point, it's kind of like, well, now we're doing damage control on the back end. If we do some type of build in the next 2 weeks, I mean, it's kind of after the fact as opposed to, you know, as opposed to building up something beforehand. And here's my other question. Did anyone see the match that Peyton Royce and Asuka had?
Yeah.
Peyton Royce deserves to be in the conversation.
Yep.
She absolutely does.
Yep.
If anyone doubted her ability in the ring, go back and watch that match.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And look, there's still developments that can happen. Triple threats seem to be a flavor for this WrestleMania. So maybe, you know, something else happens there where she kind of demands that she gets involved in some way. I don't know. All I'm saying is this. Looking at it from maybe a little bit of an outsider's standpoint or an outsider's point of view, and maybe that's a weird way to look at it because we're all wrestling fans. We all watch this stuff week in and week out. But maybe if you're looking at it from a little bit of an outsider's point of view, you maybe kind of wonder, look, Bianca Belair, right? She earned her shot. She won the Rumble. What did Rhea do to earn a shot? That's maybe the way you got to look at it. By wrestling Charlotte Flair and losing, what did she do to earn her shot? Yes, she was in the Rumble. She didn't win it. So, runner up gets, I don't know. Like that, see that maybe kind of just take a step back and maybe, I'm doing that. I, like Jeff said, I love both of them. I really do. I love both of them, but I would have been, and it's not to say that I'm not going to like the match or not going to get excited about the match because that's not it at all. I just think that from an outsider's standpoint, yes, Joey's Adventure, she was runner-up. Yeah, but what does runner-up get you besides a second place medal? It doesn't get you a title shot. At least I don't think so. So I don't know. I would have just liked a little more development, but some may say it's nitpicking, whatever. It is what it is. They're going forward with it. Maybe we'll see a little bit of development over the next couple of weeks, which would be cool. Like I said, Rhea's got the world ahead of her, because she is a talent, and she is going to be
4.
What's that?
She's like 23 or 24.
Oh man, yeah, dude, yeah, she's got the world ahead of her,
Yeah.
and she's going to be good, great, probably for a long, long time. And this is just the beginning. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of how I felt about it. I just kind of was trying to take a step back and just seeing, like, if you're not watching Raw every week, maybe you're more of a SmackDown person, you don't like Raw as much, you're not really watching Raw, and you didn't really see this, and then you see this match on the card, you're like, last time I saw Rhea Ripley, she was in NXT and she was losing down there, so yeah, that's all. Yeah. Okay, what do we got next?
You know what it's time for, Joe?
Uh-oh.
It's time for a little bit of airing of grievances, and we've got a special guest, but because we're doing things new around here, let's set up airing of grievances.
The airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're gonna hear about.
Love it. It's the airing of grievances. Yeah. So, be forewarned. Okay. And I told you this at the beginning of the stream. This may get a little non-PG-ish. So just be aware. James Chadwick's going to love this part. But yes, so just be aware. We're warning you now. You may want to turn the sound down. You may want to step away for a little bit, whatever the case might be. But yes, it is time for the airing of grievances. A lot of people love this part. Look at Noob and Company says my favorite part of the show.
I just like to see it pissed off. So,
all right.
Voice in the in the air. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yay! Who's that voice? You guys know who that is. Jody has joined us for the airing of the grievances. All right. I'm going to go first and get this all off my chest. Okay. So, this is what this is about this week. Okay. I am fed up to way up here with people that are in the wrestling. Now, I don't know any of these people personally. Thank goodness that I don't, because I wouldn't want to. But I am tired of all of the hatred being spewed about various wrestling topics. Now we'll kind of nitpick the topics a little bit as we go. But I am sick to death of all of the bullshit that we get from these people and this hatred to make. Now, and listen, I've said this before on the show. All these assholes are doing is trying to make money, get subs, get likes, and get attention. That's it. These people who are doing this kind of stuff, they're closet fans. I guarantee you they are closet fans. I guarantee you that they do this for attention. They don't hate the things that they're saying they do, but they know it's fashionable to hate and to spew it because it gets views, right? Listen, guys, I went to college for journalism many, many, many years ago. And when in the Flintstones age, I was hammering out little stone tablets. Chris, yeah. I once had one of my first professors when I was going through the classes, and this was when we were, I was going for, it was newspaper journalism. So again, ancient, right? What is a newspaper? But one of the college professors that used to, one of the things he used to say, and it's funny because when we interviewed Jesse Cage came out and said the exact same thing, word for word quote that my teacher had said. And the quote was, "Love me or hate me, just don't ignore me." That was a quote that my teacher taught us in class, and it was one of the first days of class. How true is that as well? Love me or hate me, but don't ignore me. Guys like Howard Stern made his living off of that statement. you garner hate, you're going to get views, you're going to get likes, you're going to get subs, and it isn't because they like you. They may hate you, but you're still going to accomplish the same thing. And let me just tell you this. It's easy. It is easy. It is damn hard to try to be positive. It's easy to give in to all that stuff, right? I'm a Star Wars fan. You're talking light side, dark side, right? Well, I mean, Vader succumbed to the dark side because the dark side's easier, right? You always hear this kind of thing if you're Star Wars. All right. Just fucking stop. Just stop. Okay. Look, I'm so tired of it. It's constantly happening for storylines that people are loving. And then they have to go out and they have to defend this garbage. They have to go out. They have to defend it to these other idiots that are just shooting it down. And for no reason at all. Like I said, half the time, I mean, Jeff pointed out so many times that Alvarez never even watched the shit. Like he doesn't even watch it. And yet he comes out and he talks about it like it's you're not even watching something, but you're going to come out, you're going to rip it. You're going to come out and you're going to say all this kind of crap about stuff. You're going to rip it and you don't even watch the garbage. I mean, that's come on, man. That's ridiculous. Don't come out and pretend to that you're hating stuff. Don't come out and pretend, because it's so easy to see through you. All you're doing it for is credibility and money. That's all you're doing it for. It's your profession. It's your job. This is how you make money. You make money by angering people. DJ Kryptonox mentioning Jim Cornette. Yeah, he's another one. And if anybody aspires to be like these people, if anybody aspires to be like these guys, you've got a major problem. You really have a major problem. And if these guys are like, if you're idolizing these folks, good Lord, man, I feel sorry for you. I really do. Like, I feel sorry for you. We have so much hate in the world. So much. You can look at it and find it everywhere. I mean, God rest the souls who were just gunned down in a grocery store in Colorado. It's everywhere. You can look at a newspaper and find negativity everywhere, or news online, news on TV, wherever you want it. You can find it everywhere because that's what you see. Do you see when someone does something good? Very seldom. It gets a byline somewhere, and you very seldom see things like that. So, look, I'm going to like a storyline that I like, right? Now, let's talk about Bray Wyatt. So much, we saw him come back. You guys, graciously watched our videos. You watched Abby's. Abby's was one of the biggest viewed Abby's we had. Our reaction video, one of the biggest reaction videos we had. So we all know that you guys are liking, you love that character, right? We're all kind of loving the storyline. And then you see people like these little, I don't know, they're not even, Mr. Alvarez, those guys, they're big time. They're big time. I mean, they've got these big channels and big YouTube channels, they're big time. I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about these smaller channels, kind of more like our size and around there and stuff like that. They're coming out and they're trashing it. Oh, this is garbage. Oh, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Oh, he came out and he looked like he was all like melted and stuff and blah 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 blah. You know what? Like I said, go fuck yourselves. Just seriously, just go fuck yourselves. Don't watch it. Just take yourself away. I wanted to just say to so many of them, just shut the shit off. If you hate it that much, turn the freaking thing off and just don't even watch it. Don't report on it, though. Don't come back out on your column the next day and report on it and give this big old story about why you think it sucked and defending the one I read. I don't even remember. I don't even want to mention the names because I don't like giving these assholes attention. But don't come out and put this big old 2-paragraph storyline about why that's what it was. See, Mr. Tito doesn't even say, it's not even his real name, Mr. Tito. No DQs. Yeah, that's the one I was reading. The dude comes out and writes like a 6-paragraph thing saying how supernatural stuff sucks in wrestling. And then he turns around and says, Well, yeah, well, the Undertaker, but the Undertaker wasn't, and he's trying to explain why he wasn't supernatural, and then he turns around, well, yeah, you guys are arguing Papa Shango, and Papa Shango was only around for a couple of months, and nobody cared about it. Oh my God, just stop. You're making an asshole out of yourself. Like, you were making an ass of yourself. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just coming out and you don't even make sense. Your argument against this doesn't even make sense. You're saying the same thing. Oh, supernatural stuff shouldn't be in wrestling. Well, then you shouldn't watch wrestling. You don't want to see supernatural stuff? Then go watch something that appeals to you that doesn't have anything like that in it. Go watch, the Pure tournament in Ring of Honor. That's genuine wrestling. Go watch college wrestling. Go watch it, dude. It's sports friggin' entertainment. That's the name of the company, is WWE. They're sports entertainment. What do you think they're doing? This stuff is like a movie, right? And it's cool. It's the Bray Wyatt thing is like a horror movie. And are you going and hiding under your beds whenever Freddy Krueger comes on your television set? Or maybe you were just, I don't know, maybe your parents took you to a horror movie when you were a kid and you just grew up and you're frightened of it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But it's ridiculous already. Just stop. Like I said, let people enjoy what they enjoy. Don't come out with all this crap and then try to defend it and make it seem like you're smarter than everybody else because you're saying, oh, this doesn't belong in wrestling. This is just stupid. One of the guys who's going to be in the Hall of Fame is involved in this storyline right now. Do you really think that Mr. Orton would be involved in this had he not thought this was pretty cool, that he would want to be doing this the whole time? Don't you think Randy Orton has any pull whatsoever in order to say, you know what? Yeah, I'm out. This is hokey. I'm sure he would have. So ridiculousness, man. And I'm just, like I said, I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of it. So just stop. Stop trying to earn money by hate. Stop trying. If you guys, and there are a lot of you in our chat that have gone out and have done things in YouTube, have done your own videos, have done your own thing. If you learn anything at all from us or take anything at all from us, which is very flattering that you would, but if you learn anything from us, don't go out there and just hate on something because someone else does and it's cool. Don't, because it's really not. It's really not cool. Like, so don't join in hates stuff because you see it and it seems to be the in thing to do. Because like I said, it's very easy to hate on things. Very easy. The other part of it, defending something you like, that's hard. I'm done.
Joe. Well said. I don't want to take too long because I want to hear what Joe has to say. But there are a couple things I want to say about this. Joe said everything so well. So my thing is this. My grandfather used to tell me something a long time ago. He used to tell me, don't argue with the fool because people standing from a distance won't be able to tell who's who. That was a great piece of advice that he gave me. That was number one. Number two, wrestling is entertainment. It's violent theater. Okay? You get everything in wrestling. There is something for everyone. You're going to have the very technical matches. You're going to have the comedic pieces. And then you're also going to have the supernatural stuff. If you're a wrestling fan and you've been one for more than 5 months, you will know that supernatural elements have been in wrestling for decades. Period. If it was such a problem back then and people hated it so much, don't you think that at some point they would have said, this supernatural stuff doesn't really work in wrestling. Maybe we should stay away from it. No, just only one of the biggest wrestlers, most well-known wrestler in pop culture happens to be a supernatural character. And if you tell me that The Undertaker is not a supernatural character, I have a bridge to sell you that's in Brooklyn. If you want to buy it from me, I'll give you a great deal on it. But that's the problem, is that so many people want to take a moment in the sun to try to get a little bit of clout. They're clout chasers.
Yep.
Okay, clout chasers. If you don't have the views that you want to get on YouTube, or you don't have the amount of followers that you want on Twitter or social media, I'm sorry, but hating something so you can do that, and in turn you're really a fan of it, why not just embrace it? Why not embrace it? Oh, and here's the other thing. If you don't like it, don't speak a word about it, because all you're doing is bringing more attention to the thing that you say you hate. And you might just make someone else a fan of something that you hate because you talked about it. So all I'm going to say is, for those people who like to crap over everything because it doesn't fit into their little bubble of what they think wrestling should be, not every fan is built like you. Not every fan likes what you like, and they shouldn't have to. And my last piece of advice is for the content creators out there. As a content creator, our jobs are not to persuade people to like what we like. Our focus should be talking about the things that we like and promoting those things and giving honest commentary on what it is that we see. Our job is not to persuade people to feel a certain way because it makes me feel a certain way, or I want you to join me because, let's just all be angry together and just all pissed off with each other.
Yep.
No, that's not what we should be doing. As a content creator, we're covering what's happened. We're providing our commentary, and we let you, the people who view our videos, and we appreciate it, we let you decide how you feel about it. I'm not going to burden you with my feelings on something so I can change your mind. All I'm trying to do is cover what it is that we're watching and give you my perspective. All
Well
right.
said.
All right, Jody.
Very well said. Jody, you're up.
I don't think I cursed.
So I'm going to come at this in a couple of different ways. Obviously, being a medical professional, and being a nurse, I'm going to tell you what anger and hate and negativity does to your body. It's a cancer. It's a form of cancer. It triggers that fight or flight response, leads to high blood pressure, anxiety, depression. It'll kill you. Stress and anger will kill you faster than cancer can. It's a horrible thing for you to do to your body. That's all I'm going to say as far as medical stuff goes. And this is going to piss some people off too, but we've gotten to the place as a society that it's one side versus the other. One person against another, one group against another. And we've gotten to be that way because they've programmed us to be that way. People who run things are in control of things. I believe that 95% of people are inherently good. The 5% that are bad are kind of running things. And they've programmed us to be that way. They've programmed us to be in a state of fear and panic so that everybody's against each other. Everybody's mad. Everybody's, and it's just perpetuated and fueled by mainstream media. And it gets to a point that it bubbles so out of control that nobody can be positive with anybody anymore. It's become so less about just being a human being and having respect for other human beings. That whole concept has disappeared from our society. And it's really sad. It really is. And pretty much everything both of you guys have said is 100% correct. It's, hate sells. It used to be that sex sells. It don't anymore. Well, I'm sure it does to a certain extent. Hate sells now. That's what is popular. And, Jesse said it right too, as well, just like your teacher did. Just don't ignore me. And so many people get off on that they love to hype other people up and get them mad and get them, yelling and cussing you out and doing all that other stuff. Like, I'm kind of where you guys are. If you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. Like, stop being a douchebag about it. If you don't like it, if you don't like it, turn it off. Don't waste all that energy shitting on something that you don't like just because you don't want other people not to like it. You want other people not to like it with you. Like, just turn it off. You are wasting way too much precious energy hating on something to get people to watch you hate on something. And it's going to kill you. It'll kill you faster than cancer can, because it just puts you in that state of perpetual anger and you have no peace. And just enjoy what you enjoy and hold tight to the things that you enjoy, because that, how miserable must your life be if you're holding on to hate and anger like that all the time and negativity all the time? Why do you think depression and suicide rates are so high in this country? Because people hold on to hate and anger all the time, every day. People look at themselves in the mirror every morning and say, I'm a failure. I can't do anything right. Nothing's going right. Life sucks. Everything sucks. We're stuck inside. We're in quarantine, blah, blah, whatever it is. If you look yourself in the mirror and keep telling yourself that every single day, yeah, you're going to get depressed. Yeah, you're going to get suicidal. It's about controlling your narrative. You got to wake up in the morning, look yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm going to kill it today. I'm going to kick my own ass today. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to do a great job. I'm going to do everything to the best of my ability. And I'm an awesome human being. And the more you tell yourself those positive things, the more you're going to start. It's going to be hard. The more you're going to start to believe them. You've got to control your narrative. And that's all I'm going to say.
Great stuff. Great stuff. And I just don't like, to Jody's point, that whole thing with the off switch. I don't get, like, did people forget that there's opposite of on? Did people forget that? Like, turn the damn thing off. If you hate something so much, why are you watching it? Why are you watching it? And this went back to even before I knew a lot of you. This goes back to when I used to be on Twitter. I think they just told me I was on Twitter for 7 years. I can't believe I've been on it for that long. But this goes back to even when I would see discussions about like movies and stuff. And I see them hating on stuff and I'm thinking, what the hell are you writing about it for? And why did you watch it? If you couldn't stand something that much, why did you spend the next 2.5 hours or whatever of your life watching the entire thing? What did you think? Like, you got past the first half an hour and it was going to get better? Like, everything was going to tremendously get better all of a sudden? Like, is that what the mentality was in your head? Like, I just don't get that. Like, turn it off. Turn it off. And you know what? Like I said, it's okay. If you are a wrestling person or podcast or creator, like Jeff said, you don't have to report it. Nobody is taking a knife to your throat saying, you've got to write a column about this. Even though you hate it, you have to do it. No one's saying that. So if you don't like it, keep it to yourself, shut your mouth and move on. Like, you don't need to be the center of attention all the time and have everybody constantly hating you. It doesn't have to be that way. And that's one thing I hope that all of you guys got from this tonight was it, from what everybody said, and great comments from Jody, great comments from Jeff. it doesn't have to be this way. And you don't have to fall into that, because not everybody is like that. Not everybody is like that. And as you can see, the people who we associate ourselves with, the people who we know, they're not like that. So, and I can mention a whole bunch of names of all the people we know who create content. So, yeah, there you go. That is the airing of grievances for this week.
Thank you, Joe.
Social media is like that, though.
It is.
It's been like that since it started.
Yeah.
It fuels response.
It is.
The anonymity of it, just, people can say and do whatever they want. Why do you think they make shows about, cyberbullying and teenagers killing themselves over being bullied on the internet? Why is Alexa Bliss being stalked by some complete fucking psycho?
Yep.
Trying to convince everybody that Alexa Bliss is his wife. What? Spend less time, and this is what I would say to the people in power, spend less time focusing on restricting certain people and certain things and fact checking everything. Start focusing on getting rid of pedophiles on Twitter, getting rid of stalkers and cyberbullying. Why not focus your energy on that?
Yep. Agreed. DJ Kryptonox says we need to have real talk like this more often.
I've got one thing to add to all of that. Mm-hmm. And this pertains to us and our show. To be honest with all of you, we could probably have triple the amount of subscribers on YouTube. Same thing on Twitter and every other social media platform that we're on, if we subscribe to this same mindset as other people. Joe and I, from the very beginning, had a very inline approach with how we wanted to do this, and we wanted to be different. We wanted to be positive, and and that's why we're doing this. And sure, maybe the growth is not as fast as some people think, but you know what? It feels so doggone good knowing that we're doing it the right way. And there are some people who may, say some things on Twitter and criticize and, try to put us down and all this stuff and talk about, our community and that kind of stuff. But you know what? If you're not a part of our community, you need to look at yourself in the mirror, because it's probably something you did. Because we are probably one of the most welcoming communities that you will see. We don't turn anyone away. And if it's something that cost you the opportunity to be a part of it, then it's probably something really crappy that you did. And honestly, we probably gave you multiple chances. So my thing is, we're going to keep doing this thing our way. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to be positive lights in the community. And if that offends people, or if people want to say, oh, well, you guys are just being whatever, that's on you. But we're making positive changes, and people gravitate eventually towards that. It may not be as fast as the hate and the negativity, but I'm just foolish enough to believe that positivity and light always wins. And it may be the fourth quarter and we may be down by a touchdown, but you know what? We got the ball and we're going to score, and we're going for 2. So just know that right always wins, positivity always wins, and we're going to keep doing it this way. So thank you guys for rocking with us and being supportive. We really appreciate it.
I said something similar in our staff meeting yesterday. There were a lot of concerns about staffing and, getting the right amount of people in our building to work. And I said something really similar. I said, I'm not hiring people to put bodies in my building. I want to hire the right people. I want to hire people that are going to do a good job. I'm not just going to put, yeah, you're a body, let's hire you, and then you do a crappy job and you have to get fired anyway. So yeah, we enjoy quality people in our community, and we're going to stick with that.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. Just our little piece of the airing of grievances that we have to do every now and then, because like I said, it's good to get things off our chest. Sometimes we just have to do that, and then afterwards we and you exhale and you move on. All right. Well, like I said, thank you to Jody for joining us for this piece of the show tonight. Hope that we didn't offend anyone. I don't think we lost a lot of viewers, so that's good. So yeah, but look, it's something that's been on my mind. I kind of had to get it off of my chest because after this whole thing with Bray, it just kind of grew to this big black cloud, and I just had to kind of say something about it. So yes, time to take a chill pill now. Yes, we can chill, we can relax now for the rest of the show. All right, thanks Jody for being here, really appreciate that. And Jeff, let's move on, shall we?
All right, man. Well, we're going to sell or no sell. So
hey, a little debate.
Let's bring in the graphic.
It's debate time. Yes, sell or no sell. All right, topic number 1. Andrade should go to Impact. Of course, we talked about Andrade a little bit earlier, so you guys had some thoughts about where you would like to see him go. Please feel free to let us know in the chat what you guys think. So, Jeff, should Andrade go to Impact Wrestling?
I love it. I think he should. Because I would love to see Zelina Vega go back to Impact. Those two pair up again. And I think that, obviously I think he's going to end up in New Japan. Those two have a working relationship. So why not? At this point, you can have the best of both worlds. But I want to make sure I say this here because I didn't say it earlier. Just because someone is released from WWE doesn't mean they have to go to AEW so they can piss on the WWE.
Correct.
There are a ton of other companies out there that this man can show his talent. Okay. There are a ton of other places. But you know what the cool thing about this, Joe, is? You want to know what's really cool about this?
What's cool?
It's none of our damn business. This man is engaged to Charlotte Flair, living his best life.
He is.
And he's going to get to go to whatever company he wants to go to.
Yep.
And do something that he loves.
Yes, he is. Whether
that's Impact, whether that's AEW, whether it's Ring of Honor.
New Japan. Yeah.
Exactly. This man is a star.
Yes, sir.
He's going to take it. He's going to run with it. So my thing is I'd love to see him in Impact selfishly. If he does that, he can do New Japan. But honestly, wherever he ends up is going to be great. I just hope that wherever he goes, he doesn't get stuck with something stupid. That's my only thing.
Yep. Agreed. Looks like a lot of you agree. Well, no, Big Boy says no sell. I think he'd go to New Japan. Okay. Fair enough. Wrestling Lane says sell. James Chadwick says massive sell. Sean Rousset says sell. DJ Kryptonox says sell. Gus says no sell. Eric Travis says sell. Impact or ROH for me, says James. Andrade is challenging Omega. Impact would be fire if that match got booked. Come on, make it happen. AEW just keeps signing people in a huge roster, yet half of them are getting TV time and the other people get put on YouTube, or they're getting put on those smaller shows, the ones on Monday and Tuesday. So yeah. Moda had a comment, I think, too, that you popped up there before. Let me read it. I'll sell this. Would love to see his first feud against Black Taurus. Oh, yeah, that'd be good. That'd be a good one. That would be a good one. Both very athletic big men. Yeah, I like it. I am going to sell this as well.
I love it.
For multiple reasons. Part of it was something that like Moda brought up about the matchups that you would love to see him have against some people. Could you imagine Andrade against Moose? He would fit in very well, I think, there, because there's just a lot of kind of ready-made feuds you could see him getting in.
Let me put this one back up on screen by Eric Travis while you're talking, because all of that I want to see.
Andrade versus Chris Bay, Andrade versus Swan versus Josh versus Ace. Yeah, dude, like that. Are a lot of people that he could just get and jump right into feuds with. Sell, says Andrew, but again, it's up to Andrade where he wants to go. Yeah, it is. And that's what Jeff said. Firefly Revolution. Okay, I'm heading out. All right. Thanks for joining us, Firefly Revolution. We'll see you soon. All right. But yeah, I think he's, like I said, he's got a bright future ahead of him wherever he chooses to go. We may be just a little biased because we watch Impact and it would be fun to see him there. But wherever he chooses to go, I think he's going to do well. And again, I think there's just some ready-made feuds for him to be in Impact. Whether he signs with Impact for a year or two, doesn't have to be any kind of big, huge contracts and stuff that these guys do now. It could be just a couple of years maybe to sign. It seems like Impact kind of maybe has some smaller contracts. So he could do that. He could go to New Japan, kind of do both. But yeah. I'm selling this. I would actually love to see him there. And if Zelina decides to join him, even better. Even better. All right. Let's go to our next topic.
Britt Baker should be next in line for an AEW women's title match. Sell or no sell, Joe?
Oh, you know what? This is an interesting question, but I'm going to no sell this one. No sell it. First off, I'll preface this by saying the Thunder Rosa and Dr. Britt Baker match was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It was an amazing women's match. I can't remember seeing a match like that when they're showing Britt backstage and they're pulling those thumbtacks out of her back. Jeff must have been having flashbacks seeing that one by one by one. And apparently she had 87 thumbtacks in her back. That's insane, right? They put on a show, and there's no question. They got accolades from everyone. They got accolades from Mick Foley. They got, from everywhere. Amazing match. But Thunder Rosa won. So to me, that means she kind of elevates herself temporarily anyway over Britt Baker and should go on to face to face the champion. And that should be where it goes. I think Thunder Rosa could win that and unseat her. But we'll see. Now, is Britt going to be, the other side of this question is, where does Britt go? I didn't like the promo she did very much. I wasn't thrilled with the promo she did last night because it looked a little like she went back to the old ways. It looked kind of how she went back to Britt Baker before this match. And to me, I think it should have came off a little more cocky, a little more swagger, a little more, not necessarily just saying, well, Mick Foley, I don't care what you say. I don't, she kind of seemed like she kind of took a little step back to me, but that could just be my opinion, but she is super talented, no question. And she could certainly carry their women, no doubt about it. So do I think she will get there eventually? Yes. Do I think she deserves it right now? No. Thunder Rosa won the match. I think Thunder Rosa should go on, and I think she should be the one that gets the title shot. So what do you think, Jeff?
All right, man. So here we go. I'm going to sell this.
Okay.
I love it.
And I'll tell you why. AEW needs a heel women's champion. Because Shida has been a great champion. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Been great. Yeah. What's better than Thunder Rosa beating Shida for the title right now? It's beating Britt Baker later down the line to win it. It's taking that ultimate heel, which right now in wrestling is like the hottest trend going. Book your heel strong, book them as the champion.
True.
And have the ultimate underdog come in and beat them. It gets over with everybody. Everybody's doing it right now. So why not, why not have that happen? Chris is saying I don't get any food now, so
You never gave him any before. What are you talking about? It's not like you ever did.
but I mean, I think having Thunder Rosa beat her only adds to the story, because what you could do with that as a writer in AEW is you could say, okay, but Britt Baker's been here from the beginning, so we're going to give her the title shot, and then Thunder Rosa is the chaser, and the whole thing becomes I beat you, but yet you're the champion and not me. The disrespect.
Good point.
Really? So it just makes the story, for me, it just makes the story a little more. I would like it a lot more. I mean, honestly, Britt Baker's, for me, I feel like, she's very talented. Obviously, she's still young. There are still things she can improve upon. That's any wrestler at any point, and that's not me trying to say that, I'm some guru who knows everything there is to know. It's just everyone can get better, and she's only going to get better with time. But having her do her first title run in AEW as the heel to be defeated by a face Thunder Rosa would make a lot of sense for story purposes.
Great point. Yeah, no, great counterpoint. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. That's a great point. And I certainly would love to see Thunder Rosa chase her for that. But yeah, that does happen to be seems like the flavor. Seems like that's what a lot of companies are doing now. So yeah, absolutely. Great point. Either way, I think Britt's going to be around for, she proved it that she could bring it. That match, like I said, was absolutely brutal. One of the more brutal women's matches I've seen. So I think that, both of them, both her and Thunder Rosa, I think are going to be around for a long time to come. So, all right, Jeff, what is our last debate topic tonight?
And by the way, I'm still having nightmares about those thumbtacks.
Yeah. 87 thumbtacks.
87. I've not had that many before, but
could you just imagine getting those plucked out one by? Oh God, that would be awful. Oh, I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you did it.
It sucks. That's all.
Oh man, awful. All right, topic number 3. The build to Mania 37 has been lackluster thus far. Interesting. Okay, go ahead, Jeff. What do you think?
Man, I'm going back and forth on this one, but
I love it.
I'm going to say I love it. And it's because for me, I mean, they've done some great things. Don't get me wrong. They've done some great things to build it. I feel like there are so many people that don't have matches yet. Like, I don't think you can have a WrestleMania and not have Bayley and Charlotte Flair on the card. I feel like I don't know anything about the Street Profits or the SmackDown Tag Team titles. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's more that they could do. Obviously, we've got a couple weeks now, so things will really get ramped up. I know that. I mean, there are some elements, and that's why I'm kind of hesitant about it, because the Randy Fiend stuff, phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Roman, Edge, Daniel, that's been really good.
Yeah.
Like really, really good. I'll even throw in Bobby and Drew.
Mhm.
Even though that's kind of been rushed in the last couple of weeks, it's been really good. But Asuka and Rhea, there was really no build there. Omos and AJ against the New Day came out of nowhere. So I mean, I just feel like, there have been some good things, but in totality, I kind of feel like there's not a lot going on right now. I know that when we get there, though, I'll be fully invested in it. But the last, leading up to it, been a little lackluster, but that it's not a slight at them. I think it's just a result of the times. I think it's just, COVID cases here, injuries there.
Yeah.
There's just been a lot going on. So
yeah. I and a lot of the chat are agreeing with you, and I'm gonna agree with you too. I'm gonna sell it as well.
I love it.
Here's my thing. So number one, where are the women? That's number one. Where are the women? They've been doing such a great job, and Stephanie McMahon at the head of all this to, have their women in the spotlight. But other than the 2 championship matches where we've got, we've got the probably what many would say are the top 4 women, there or very close to it. But where are the rest of them? Like Jeff said, I mean, Bayley was front and center in the championship title reign and front and center in the women's division for so long, and nothing. Like, where are they gonna put them all in a battle royal? Are they gonna do a women's battle royal? Maybe where's Carmella? Where, I don't know. That's been very lackluster to me. Like, you've got the 2 championship matches, but other than that, where are they? We talked about the Rhea Ripley we talked about that, and again, like Jeff said, we still have some weeks to go. It's not like it's next week. Obviously, if it's next week, we'd be talking about almost an epic fail, because then, but we've got some time. And if Charlotte is going to get back there and get involved with somebody on SmackDown, like the rumors are saying, then okay, then, they're going into a little further, but some of this other stuff, like you mentioned, the AJ and Omos thing, oh man, that just seems slapped together to me. And is there really a shot that they're going to take those titles off of New Day? Or is this a thing to get Omos away from AJ, which is almost kind of seeming like that's where it's going now, that the New Day are going to maybe almost ends up with the New Day and they get a 3rd member again. Maybe that's where they're headed with this. I don't know. And then this whole thing with Shane and Braun, we know what's coming with this. We know what we're going to get from Shane McMahon every time. It's going to be a big spot that Shane's going to do. They're probably going to fight up by the boat or up by the cannon somewhere in Raymond James, and somebody's going to get either dumped over the ship or over the side of the, or plowed through something. That's what's going to happen. But that again, thrown together, and then now they got Elias involved in that, and it's just, like I don't know, I mean, like Jeff said, the championship matches, okay, great. You've had the story build up. You had the Bobby Lashley thing and you've had that building up. You've had, with him and Drew, you've had the, now you're going to take Sheamus and you're going to put him in a match with Riddle. Hey, again, he's been feuding with Drew in all these great matches for weeks and weeks, and now he bumps into Riddle in the hallway, and that's going to start a WrestleMania match. See, that kind of stuff just looks to me like it's just they don't know what to do with them. It looks to me like they just don't know what to do with them, and they're gonna. And now, like Jeff said, look, let's give them the benefit of the doubt too, because maybe a lot of this is being caused by other things. So, there could be athletes that can't be involved right now. There could be people that can't be around for other reasons, whatever it is, whether it's COVID protocols, whether it's other things. And that could be preventing some of this and could be messing around with this. And maybe that's why things seem like very last minute. But let's give it some time. I'm not going to say, like Jeff said, it's still WrestleMania, and I'm still in, and I'm still gonna enjoy it, and we're going to do the watch along for it. So, we've got some time. It's not, it's 2 weeks out, 3 shows. I think now it's going to be 3 for SmackDown and 2 for Raw. So we're still a little bit away, and we could still get more build. You still have some time, but I think that I think some things could have been started a little sooner, but again, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and we don't know why things were changed. But yeah, no, I definitely have to agree. It has been a little bit lackluster for those reasons that I said. All right. So there you go. There is Sell or No Sell. Thank you guys for participating in that and offering your opinions as well. Modus says, I think AJ and Omos are taking the titles away from New Day. They couldn't have AJ and Omos take them off the Hurt Business. Doesn't make sense. Could be. Yeah, it could be. I think, I don't know. The way it looked like last week, though, for me is that they're going to somehow turn him against AJ. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. Jeff, what do we got next? I think it's time for
what to watch for.
Okay.
We threw this in last minute, so but yeah, this is what to watch for. As you can see, we got new stuff, new video bumpers.
New little video with
new stuff. But Ring of Honor tomorrow. One big thing though out of Ring of Honor, Dragon Lee is actually injured. So that's going to change up some things for the show, but I'm really excited to see Jonathan Gresham and him defending that Pure title. And there's a lot of stuff that I want to see on this, but there's just not enough time in the day for me to do stuff at the moment. So I'm going to have to catch it sometime. I don't know when though.
Yeah, this was one I think we actually even considered watching, but it's just it's just too much stuff going on, and I know some of you guys are going to enjoy this, and by all means, fill us in, let us know, send tweets at us or whatever while you're watching, and let us know what's going on. This is another show that I just have not watched much. I got into and I was watching the Pure tournament, which I thought was really good. I've watched some more of it. Of course, when EC3 was in there, I watched a little bit of it as well, but it's a show I don't get to watch as much. And again, like Jeff said, there's just so much going on out there. It's hard to really pay attention to everything. But this, I know there's going to be a lot of people that are interested in this, and there's going to be a lot of people that are going to enjoy it. So, but yeah, let us know. Obviously, if you are watching this, James Chadwick says, give me Cole versus Sammy at Mania. But yeah, I think James, you're probably watching this. Yeah. James said, can't wait for ROH. I know James is a guy who likes to watch it. Yeah. But yeah, this is 19 years. That's crazy, man.
I know, man.
Man, that's crazy. But yeah, I think anytime you get a big show like this, if you got people in there that you love and you love to see, definitely, it's going to be fun to watch. And I'm sure there will be a lot of eyes on this. And again, like Jeff said, I'll have to make some time to eventually to sit down and watch it. I'm sure I'll get the results and read the results of what's going on. EC3 versus Briscoe is interesting. Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. It was when we heard that EC3 signed there. I was a little surprised by that. I kind of thought he would stay in Impact, but hey, he knew where he wanted to go. So, Azan says ROH is like old school WCW and WWF 1992 in one. Okay. J-Hub says, I wouldn't be surprised if Andrade shows up at ROH 19. Oh, there's another possibility. Azan says he's watching it. Cool. James says, I'll be watching ROH and SmackDown at the same time. Oh, my God, dude. I don't know how you could do that. I couldn't pay attention.
No.
I couldn't pay attention to both. But yeah, well, guys, let us know. Azan, of course, James, any of you that are watching, you are more than welcome to tag us and let us know. Let us know what you liked. Let us know what's going on in it, because I would definitely be interested in that. So yeah, let us know what's going on, and just another big wrestling show that's going on this weekend. So enjoy it for sure. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, man. I think we're moving on to our favorite moments of the week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir. We are. It's that time. So here we go, man. Here we go.
3. All right, Jeff. These are our favorite moments of the week that was. Give us yours. Let us know what yours were. I think I know what a lot of you are going to say. Maybe. And maybe we will too. But let's start at number 3, Jeff. What is your number 3 favorite moment of the week?
Oh, man. My number 3 favorite moment of the week has to be seeing Jazz get hit in the head with the shoe by Susan and not killing Susan yet. Not really. That's not really my number. No, my number 3 is actually the promo that Rich Swann cut in the backstage area, because it continues to add layers to the story, and it was such a nice contrast from what we heard in the ring from Kenny. And it just continues to add layers. So yeah, I was really happy to see Rich come out and cut that promo and basically saying, "Listen, I've been counted out so many times. You guys think that I'm, I have no chance against Kenny. Listen, it is what it is. I'm gonna be fine." So I could cheat and do the same one for all 3 because that's how I felt, but I'm gonna try to spread this out and save it for number 1. But yeah, that's my number 3.
My number 3, and Impact was a very promo-centric show this week, so I'm going to go, and I'm going to do a tie here, and I'm going to go with when Decay went after the Good Brothers. That's one, because I kind of marked out to that a little. And then the second one was the Rhino promo. Dude. Yeah. Like, when was the last time that you saw Rhino in like a meaningful promo like that? Dude, that brought back some memories for me, because Rhino hasn't been involved in anything like that for quite a long time. And dude, man, once again, for the longest time, Rhino was backstage doing that thing with Hernandez. They were doing the joking around stuff, and Rhino was kind of the funny guy. Dude, now he means business, and now you're seeing the Rhino that we used to see years and years ago, and now people are going to be afraid of Rhino again. So I absolutely love that. And the Decay thing, dude, if that comes to fruition and Decay fights against the Good Brothers, oh man, I'm all in. I'm absolutely all in. And I still love how Rosemary just frightens people. Rosemary just comes out and gets in these big guys' faces, and they're like, whoa, like they kind of back off. And I think that's spectacular. So 2 promos for me from Impact, which was, again, a very promo-centric Impact this week, kind of furthering storylines via the promos, and a lot of good ones, as Jeff just mentioned, Rich Swann's promo as well. So I loved both of those, and Storm versus EY, I'm so ready. Yeah, dude, that's going to be something to watch. That's going to be
number 1,000 for James Storm.
Yes. That's going to be something to watch, man. Violent by Design promo number 3, said DJ Kryptonite. Yeah, it was so good. So good. All right. What's your number 2, man?
Number 2 for me, and I mentioned it earlier, Peyton Royce against Asuka. And Peyton Royce proving that she so belongs in more singles matches, and that she's definitely worthy of being a main event caliber singles competitor. Again, I could have gone with Violent by Design here. On any other week, Violent by Design would have been number one. Probably. That ain't gonna be this week. They picked the wrong week to do that. But yeah, it was just so, man, that match was so good. And I really felt happy for Peyton Royce because, you know, she had that great promo and people were like, okay, but what are you going to do with it? And did she beat Asuka? No. But I think she proved to the rest of the world she definitely belongs in that match, in that type of match, that caliber of match. So WWE, start putting this woman in some more high-profile matches. She has earned it.
Agreed. My number two, and I'm going to take this particular wrestler and go from two moments that we had with him over the weekend, but I'm going to go with the new gimmick and the new Apollo Crews, both from SmackDown. The promos that they had were him with Big E. I love this. I think it's fantastic if it continues into Mania, which I don't see why there's any reason why it wouldn't. I love where they're going with his character. I really do. I think they finally found a niche for him. And that promo where they went at it back and forth until they went backstage and they were running around backstage, and then they had the little Zamboni thing going back there. And then, of course, the match at Fastlane now, I know. Everyone's going to jump on the wagon and say, oh, yeah, the ending was botched and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get it. Look, it doesn't matter because to me, the level of hatred now that's built up between these two is absolutely phenomenal. And, you know, Apollo didn't know where he was going. And listen, don't forget about that one little thing with this. Don't forget about that visit that Apollo made to Roman Reigns. Don't forget about that. Keep that in the back of your mind that he went and had that little visit. And everybody was wondering, like, what's he doing back there? Don't forget about that. Don't forget about that is all I'm saying, because that could be some good long-term storytelling as well. So don't forget about that. I'll give an honorable mention shout to as a number two to Mustafa Ali and Retribution. Thank you, Lord. Retribution is broken up. They're going to go their own separate ways. Ali's already got a nice, sharp new, he's wearing a suit now, coming out with the ponytail. He's got a new look already, so good for him. And I think that Retribution, whether they end up a tag team with the other members and Mia Yim kind of goes back with the women's, you know, division and stuff like that. It was time. It was time to separate it. They need to go their own ways. That was a failure from the start. It's time to just do the WWE thing, wave your magic wand, hope everyone forgets that it ever happened and move on. And I think it'll be good for everyone concerned. All right. I have a feeling, Jeff, I just, you know, sometimes I get this thing where I just see the future, and I kind of think that we may just both have the same thing as our number one. I'm just seeing it in my mind.
Yeah,
and I think
so. I mean, there's no reason to do this twice. So
I feel like Karnak on Johnny. Anybody remember Johnny Carson, watching Johnny Carson with Karnak? And when you read the cards, yeah, how can we vote anything but number one as the Fiend? We've been waiting for this and Jody can tell you the exact millisecond. But we have been waiting for this for a long, long time. All of you guys have as well. And how could you not have absolutely marked out when we finally saw him return? We didn't know for sure. Nobody knew. You know, we kind of thought, well, is he waiting? Is he going to wait till Mania? Are we just going to get a little teaser or something like that? Well, no. We got a full-blown new look. We got a melted face. We got Freddy hands, looked like burned hands. We've got, you know, we got the whole thing. So we even got a death certificate from Jason Baker, which was amazingly cool. If you did not see that, go and look at it. And by the way, just a little quick shameless plug, and I threw this out there again for you guys. If you haven't been listening to us all since the beginning, go back and listen to that Jason Baker interview. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed you did. Jason had a lot to do with what Bray wanted with this character. And of course, he and his team made the masks both. So go back and listen to it. It's an amazing conversation with a guy who works for a legend, Tom Savini. And we talked about horror. We talked about him working for Tom. And we talked, of course, about Bray. So if you haven't seen it, it's up on our Twitter page now. You can click the link, go back and watch it. It's a good interview. And unfortunately, this is back when we were having some issues with YouTube. YouTube was being stupid and we couldn't get the premiere out and stuff like that. So if you haven't watched it, go back and check it out. So, but yes, how could it be anything else for all of us? It was such an amazing, awesome moment. And it was a take your breath away thing when you first saw him come out looking the way he did. And then it spawned a whole bunch of other theories about where they're going, what's it going to be next, and what's it going to, and then you saw him come out with Randy on Raw. So, man, Jeff, it couldn't have been anything else. Couldn't have been anything else.
Nothing else. I mean, it was such a shocking moment because all of us were already resigned to the fact that it was just going to happen at Mania. And we were all fine with it. I mean, we were like, well, it's only 3 weeks away. So, I mean, we've waited, this long. Why not wait until Mania? And then you start to see the burned arm and the burned glove. And it's like, oh, my God. And I was fine with just seeing that.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh, my God, what is he going to look like once we see him at Mania? And I stopped thinking that we were going to see him then. And that's why, like, in our reaction, which I've had to watch a couple times because it was funny.
It is funny.
I went back and watched, and I'm just like, oh, my God. And that's all I can say because it was so shocking. But it honestly, especially for two guys like me and you,
it
takes our passions of horror movies and wrestling, and it does that to it.
Yep.
That's what we saw. That scene on Sunday when he's standing over Alexa, he's looking up, is straight out of a horror film.
Without a doubt.
Like, no question.
Without a doubt.
Without
a doubt.
So I mean,
I'll have to share, Jeff. I'm sorry. I'll have to share the scene. Do you remember the scene? I think it was Friday the 13th, part 6, when he is on top of the burning camper. When Jason's standing on top of the burning camper. I'll have to share that picture because you guys should see the similarities. And that's one of my all-time favorite parts in a Jason movie is when he's standing on top of almost like the conquering hero. And it's almost the same stance. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeff. But yeah,
yeah, I mean that moment, man, it's like, take whatever horror icon, whether it's Michael Myers, whether it's Jason. I mean, shoot, even Leatherface at times when he would stand over his victims and they kind of look up in fear.
Yeah.
But I mean, oh my gosh, it was such a great moment. And I've had so many people that aren't wrestling fans that watched our reaction, and they said because of that reaction, I had to go back and watch what you were reacting to.
Yeah,
and I see why you reacted that way now.
Yep.
That was amazing, and I know nothing about the storyline. I was like, yeah, it's pretty freaking cool. So, but yeah, it's just. You know what? It's such a great thing. And, if you're a horror movie fan and you're not a wrestling fan, you might want to consider getting into it for just this storyline. Maybe this storyline will bring you into the fold. But yeah, what a great moment. And again, I'm just going to say this. If this happens, I'm going to be shocked, but not really because I'm calling it. They're going to do an autopsy part to this.
How cool would that be?
It's going to happen. I feel like it's going to happen. It's going to be a flashback or something, but I feel like that's going to be a part of the cinematic piece of this match. I really do feel that way.
Yeah, that it could very well be. I mean, if Jason teased that, I wouldn't be shocked one bit that if they did that. DJ Kryptonox said that I was right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it because I'm going to try to post it here. I don't think you'll be able to see it though. Well, maybe.
Yeah, yep.
Like right there when he's on top of that trailer, you could kind of see it a little bit. I'm sorry about the thing, but that's because of the green screen, but you could see it a little bit. Yeah, dude, so good. So good. And after the autopsy, Alexa contorts, no. No, because that will not be one of Joe's favorite moments of the week. The following week, I could tell you that. All right. Well, there you go, guys. No surprise that was our favorite moment of the week. It was just like Jeff said. It was so good. It was a culmination of a long-term storytell that has been going on for a while that Bray was telling. By the way, Jody sent me this. I have to read this to you guys too. This came from Kyle, and I think this was on Facebook. So Kyle Scarborough, because now everybody's going into things about Bo Dallas. Everybody's thinking that this is not Bray, it's Bo Dallas. Well, if you read Kyle's comment, it says, if you think, I guess he's talking to somebody else, if you think it's Bo Dallas, you're an idiot. This isn't up for debate. And plus, I don't debate with idiots. So that's from Kyle Scarborough today. So if you had the thought in your mind that it was Bo Dallas, you may want to rethink it. So, yeah, I get it. I get where you may be kind of thinking that because he does look a little different, especially like, you know, the from the knee and the waist, you know, from the waist down to the knees. But I kind of just think that he worked out. I think he's been working out, and I think he really may have lost some mass. So yeah, I but that's what I think it is. So all right, well there you go. There's our favorite moments of the week. I know it is late. We're after 11. We had a lot to cover and went over some things in our first. This is our premiere episode of this season, so season 2 premiere. All right, so Jesse Calynn, if you are here and if you are ready, it is time for Calynn Corner. As you know, if you come out to our podcast, we always end up ending the show with some jokes from Jesse. So we are ready to go. And then we will get out of here. And while Jessie is coming up with her comedy, as you can see right there, we will just let you know again that this is our last show for this week. We will be with you again on Abby's on Monday. That will be Jeff and Jody. So we will be with you for that. And then we'll go back, of course, to Impact on Tuesday and then to our podcast on Thursday. So don't forget to join Tazzy tomorrow night for the after party. After SmackDown ends, and that will be Tazzy's last after party, I believe, for a little bit as well. So make sure you are joining them for that. Cease is laughing at the fact that we called it comedy, I think. Oh, poor Jesse. Poor Jesse. James Shadwick says 3 a.m. Good Lord, dude. Yeah, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I'm going to go back and watch some more Black Mirror. Man, I'm really addicted to Black Mirror. It is good shit like that. Some of the stories are really, really cool. I've been digging it. I really like it. I think I'm in season 3, episode maybe 4 or something like that. Episode 4 or 5. So that's good stuff. Good stuff. I'm learning a lot of English. I'm learning a lot of British from that. I didn't realize that the whole thing was like set in England, and most of it is anyway. And so yeah, I'm learning some things too. So there you go.
Your C wrestling fan is 6 a.m.
Oh God. Ugh. I don't know how you guys do it. We appreciate it that you do, but I don't know how you do it. Man, 2 a.m. for DJ, 6 a.m. Oh God. Jesse said I got 6 jokes to put C to sleep with.
Okay, let's go. Let's do them.
Here we go. Everyone knows Bo Dallas is too damn skinny to be the Fiend, says Chad. Yeah, I would agree. Wrestling Lane has one. Why do we tell actors to break a leg? Because every play has a cast. Oh, clever.
That's good.
That's a good one. Yeah, very clever. Very clever.
I got to turn up my sound again.
Yes. Jesse's warming up. C's napping. Oh, man.
Gonna be Braun Strowman real quick.
Yeah, Braun now has a train theme. When he runs around the ring, they play the train noise. That's funny. All right, here we go. Number 1. Life is like a jar of jalapeno peppers. What you do today might burn your butt tomorrow. Oh, okay. All right, we're getting some thoughtful humor tonight. Some a little bit of stuff to make us say, things that make us say, There you go. All right. All right.
A little spicy.
Very good. Very good. DJ B. Tazzy says, like Spike Party. Yes. If you haven't done so already, if you're new to our channel, please hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. By the way, we got over 1,400 subscribers, which is insane because we just hit the 1,325 mark not that long ago when we said, when we are going to do that stream too. We haven't forgotten. We will be doing the non-PG stream, the watch along for an old Impact show. But we now have hit 1,400. So amazing. The train is rolling. So that's awesome. And thank you to all for that. All right. Where's number 2? Here we go. Oh, you can't say Hitler is bad through and through. He did kill Hitler after all. Oh, see, these are clever. These are clever. Oh my goodness, that's very true though. That's very true. Very true. The train whistle is for you guys who are like fading now, and it's 6 a.m. where you are, and it's just it's kind of like the alarm, just trying to wake you up a little bit.
Wake you up a little bit.
Yep, just trying to wake you up a little bit. But again, guys, thank you all for joining us. Really, really, really appreciate that. Thank you for coming out to the show week after week. We really appreciate that too. Here comes number 3. I took my mother-in-law out yesterday morning. Being a sniper is awesome. Oh, that was good.
Oh man,
That was a good one.
James, you had a joke.
That was a good one. James Chadwick had a joke. It's got to be a dirty joke if it's
It's gotta be.
What's green and turns red by a click of a switch? Kermit in a liquidizer. Oh God, that's almost like those books called Truly Tasteless Jokes that I used to read years and years ago, like in the 80s and 90s. They came out. They had all those what were they? Dead baby jokes and stuff like that. Yep.
4.
Number 4. In the 60s, people took acid to make the world weird. Now the world is weird, and people take Prozac to make it normal. See, that's a yes. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. See, wrestling's giving us some breaking news. What happened? What happened? He says, check my DMs. I'm going to check my DMs now. What is it? Robert Taylor Jr. I've got a little something coming for you on WrestleMania weekend. The Fiend, and then it's all tagged, but oh.
Oh man.
Oh. There's a whole bunch of people tagged in that. And I'm just playing the audio, and I didn't mean to. I have to check that out again. Non-PG joke. Let's see. Where are we? Jesse, did you give us number 5 yet? I had dead baby jokes, but I thought they'd be too dark. Yeah, they're a little dark. They'd probably be frowned upon now. They'd probably be frowned upon right now.
Let's see.
Robert Taylor Jr. is an. I'm just trying to look to see what that is. Okay. Did we get 5 yet?
Not yet.
Okay. There it is. Number 5. What's white and can't climb trees? A fridge. Oh my God. Good Lord.
Oh. That word, James. Muy caliente.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that one.
Save that one. PG stream.
Yeah, you may want to wait with that one. Yeah, you may want to wait with that one. May want to wait with that one.
Yeah.
Should be getting a number 6 anytime soon.
Hopefully you guys like the new stuff.
Yeah. Again, kudos to Jeff, obviously, for setting up the new graphics, the new entrance theme, a lot of new stuff on our podcast. So thank you very much for doing that, and some great stuff. Of course, our backgrounds that we have as well. And on Twitter, you'll see that the header on our Twitter page is new. Our YouTube page is new as well. So Jeff's been doing a lot of work, and can't thank him enough for all of the work that he's done. And I know you guys enjoyed a lot of that stuff that we had on the beginning, the theme and everything as well. So yeah, absolutely. All right, number 6. Some people are like a slinky, not really good for anything, but you still can't help but to smile when you shove them down the stairs. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Jesse. That was funny. That was funny. I'm trying to figure out what this is. So, see, is this guy? I don't know him. Is he a musical artist? Is that what it is? It says an artist that's into everything. He's followed by, and it says, I got a little something coming for you on WrestleMania weekend. And it tags WrestleMania, The Fiend dance, Hurt and Heel, WWE. Oh, okay. WWE choreographer. Let me in. Bray Wyatt, Alexa. Oh, God, please do not let him be doing a choreographic entrance with Alexa Bliss. Oh, God, no. Oh, no. My worst dreams may be coming true. My worst dreams may be coming true. Is he a choreographer? Oh, no. Oh, dear Lord. He's got people behind him there in the picture with masks on and stuff. Oh, no. Tell me they're going to be bringing down like the bridesmaids on Impact, and they're going to have like a big group of
No.
demons. Oh, no. WrestleMania may have just gotten very sour for me. Oh, no. Oh, I don't have a clue, but he's verified. Says, see, oh, he might, maybe he's a choreographer. Oh, that's not good. That's not good for Joe. That's not good. The entrance. Oh, that is not good at all. Not good at all. Anyway, yeah, DJ Btazzy, that's my worst nightmare. Or a whole group of people doing that, coming down to the ring. That is my worst nightmare. We don't want that to happen at all. But if that dude's a choreographer, they're the ones that do that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm a little nervous now. All right. Anyway, guys, appreciate you staying. It's late. I understand that we've gone over 2 hours, but we really appreciate you joining us tonight, as always. Love you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed the show tonight. We had a lot to cover, as usual. As always, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you have not done so already. Hit the like button on your way out of tonight's show. Make sure you hit the notification button if you want to be notified of what we're doing. And also, make sure you join Tazzy tomorrow night on the last after party that he's going to have for a little bit, because he is going back to work as well. So, from Jeff, from myself, hope you had a great time tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed the airing of Grievances and all of the rest of the stuff that we did. We really appreciate you guys coming out. So, as I always say, stay safe. Have a great rest of your night. Enjoy SmackDown tomorrow. Enjoy ROH tomorrow. If you're going to watch that, enjoy the wrestling. Enjoy your weekend. We will talk to you all soon, and hopefully we will see you on our next show. Good night, everybody.